Nest Architects is a design studio started by two people, me Nikita and my husband Vikram. Both of us are architects and we majorly do all kinds of architectural and interior works. The project came to us through a mutual friend's recommendation. My client's friend are also a good friend of ours. So that's how we got introduced. Initially, we were starting this project with the client in some other apartment building. But जब हमने client को presentation दिया, designing दी, and the client said कि अगर इतना अच्छा घर बनाना है तो पड़ोस में ही बहुत अच्छी building है, वहाँ घर ले लेते हैं. And that's how the location of the apartment changed, and that's how the story with Infinity started. My clients are Mr. and Mrs. Shukla, a very young and dynamic couple. So the first brief that came from them was that we are designing our dream house. And along with the dream, it's a house where we want to prosper. And the design brief was the house has to be luxurious, yet very, very comfortable and dynamic, just like the couple. My clients were the youngest buyers or owners in the building, and I was the youngest designer to design a project in Infinity. So I think that's where our energies matched, the repo matched, and both of us were looking forward a bright future with the house. They were designing a dream house, and I was designing a milestone.
बेसिकली इसके पहले हम लोग जो भी प्रोजेक्ट्स कर रहे थे दे वर रेसिडेंशियल बंगलोज, सो हाइट वाजंट द कंस्ट्रेंट. द प्रोजेक्ट्स वी डिड एज अ रेसिडेंशियल बंगलोज, उसमें वी यूज्ड टू टेक स्लैब हाइट एज 13 feet 12 feet, so we had a very good room to play with the false ceiling, electrical and everything. But when we visited this site, at very first we realized the height is only 9 feet. 9 feet is what we are talking about is inside floor to floor height. So that was a very big challenge for us. Client wants something luxury as an interior, but height restriction was something जिसके थ्रू हम लोग उसको कॉम्प्रोमाइज नहीं करना चाहते थे एज अ लग्जरी पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू. Being the tallest building of Nagpur, Infinity, at that time, what we came across is a very huge columns. So what we expect generally is a column size around 12 inches, 18 inches or 2 feet. But here you can see in this particular project, the column length is as good as a wall, 9 feet, 10 feet. So we had a very huge challenge. How can we cater this? And also, जैसे it was 4.5 BHK provided by the builder, but the client requirement was only 3 BHK. So having these huge columns, it was a huge difficulty for us to design. And I guess we have managed it very well. You can see it in our plan.
I think being an architect, it played a very major advantage in the project. Space planning, considering the structural beams and columns जो बहुत rigid होते हैं, जिसको हम move नहीं कर सकते हैं, we could design the whole space much better. अभी अगर आप देखेंगे तो पूरी building में I think we have achieved the largest living rooms and the largest ceiling heights. So I think technicality as an architect plays a very key role in the planning of the space. Whereas as an interior designer, all the aesthetics and all the internal claddings as well as their technicality comes into place. For example, placing a ceiling AC. Lot of times people place a ceiling AC जिसके कारण आपके घर की height already 1 feet से कम हो जाता है. But we designed the space in a way कि जहाँ पे भी हमारा livable space था, हमें maximum height मिला और जो भी हमारे circulation spaces थे like passages, walk-in wardrobes, bathrooms, that is where we placed all our ducts and all our machines and where could adjust on the height pattern. As a designer to the project, I think the major challenge was bringing something really unique and luxurious to the table. Being an apartment building, I think everybody was doing the apartments at the same time, and all the latest design that you call it was very, very repetitive. So we wanted to offer unique design ideas, unique patterns, and very, very functional space at the same time. So I think as a project beginner, we researched a lot on how the placements of the furniture will be, how unique the furniture will be, and how unique our overall theme of the room will turn out. It could be in terms of the claddings, for example, the kind of marble, the kind of wood, the kind of color palette we are going to use in the project, and it also incorporates all the other elements like what kind of decorative lights, what kind of furniture, carpets, artifacts that we will incorporate, which will really make our space stand different from rest of the spaces. So I think to start with the project always starts inside out. So basically you have to work on all the themes and the minute details जो हम उस project में डालने वाले हैं. Starting with the basic furniture layout, correct sizing, size of the furniture, placements of the furniture, and the requirement of all the furnitures that a client needs. For example, how much wardrobe they want, how they want their vanity, how they want to use their bathrooms, walk-in areas, home theater, kitchen, open kitchen, closed kitchen. After we overcame the challenges of structural and architectural planning, we started with the deep interior designing details. First thing was selection of a right floor. And for the floor marble, I think we went to every place you could think of. Kishangarh, Silvassa, Mumbai, Delhi, and our own Nagpur. So after searching all over the places and the wait period of 3 months, we found the right lot of marble. The second thing that we move on to was the AC placement in the house, as all the ACs were VRV and were ceiling ACs. The right placement of the units to maintain the decent height was very important. After we placed the ACs, we moved on to the next phase, that was our furniture. So with the furniture, I think people must have heard कि लोग बोलते हैं हर जगह प्लाई ही प्लाई लगा दिया. But it was a fun fact is कि people don't install ply because they like to. They install ply because such high-rise buildings have so many large columns that you cannot drill into the column, you cannot do anything to the column. So अगर आपको कोई भी paneling करनी है, कोई भी designing करनी है, apart from a wallpaper or paint, you have to apply a base material, which is generally plywood. The third stage we moved on to was selection of our finishing materials, which involved a lot of veneer, lot of hybrid designer veneer, not typically brown color, as you can see in our designs. It was a mix of various color shades, designs and patterns. Another critical material was marble. We have used a lot of unique species of marbles throughout the house. The bathroom we have designed is an orange honeycomb onyx marble, a very premium and rare species to find. The marble has a wavy pattern which flows around the bathroom, along with the French style moldings that were curated from the marble itself. The basin itself was not something that we had put from outside. The entire basin was created from the onyx marble itself with a backlight in it.
So starting from the entrance foyer, हम लोग काफ़ी टाइम से ट्राई कर रहे थे अलग अलग ऑप्शंस. एंट्रेंस फॉयर टर्नआउट ही नहीं हो रहा था, ना हमारे एंड से ना क्लाइंट को पसंद आ रहा है. वी वर जस्ट हैविंग अ कन्वर्सेशन. तो मैंने बोला व्हाई डोंट यू ओपन योर माइंड, थिंक आउट ऑफ द बॉक्स, उठा के एक पेड़ ही डाल दो. Why to restrict yourself with a design? And from there we use it as a concept. हमने उसका ट्री का एक abstract बनाया and we placed that in the entrance foyer. And I guess that is the most unique feature you can see in any entrance foyer. There was one more challenge. जैसे clients का requirement था उन्हें काफ़ी सारे shoes रखने हैं. So what we did, we created an entire wall which is a shoe rack, but that is not visible. It's hidden shoe rack. Moving to the living room area, there was we designed a pocket door. जैसे हम लोग नहीं चाह रहे थे कि जो AC की हवा है वो escape हो जाए living room से.
I think the house was made up of a lot of hidden surprises. So one of the hidden surprise that we designed was a door that enters to the storeroom. Basically हमारा दरवाजा जो था, जो स्टोर में जाने के लिए था, वो डाइनिंग एरिया में आ रहा था. So if we would have designed it like a regular door, वो हमारे aesthetics को बहुत hamper कर लेता. But we designed it into a paneling which was cladded with mirror. So once you look at the wall, it feels like a full mirror wall, but it has a hidden door in it. As the requirement of the house was a den area. So den area is a place basically जहाँ पे आपका एक lounger होता है, आप recline होके आराम से TV देख सकते हैं. So you can basically call it a TV room also. तो वो जब हमने space design की, it has to be a separate space from the living room area. और वो space ऐसी होनी चाहिए थी कि वो सिर्फ den room नहीं, वो साथ ही साथ एक बेडरूम का भी काम करे. So that's how you cater to the technicality and requirement through aesthetics. So one more hidden element that we designed in the space was a beautiful mosaic painting that was designed in the powder room of the house. When you enter the powder room, you don't really see it, but when you go inside and close the door, you see the entire painting reflecting into the mirror. So another important feature of the house is the bedrooms. That is the place where you actually relax. So the house had 3 bedrooms और तीनों bedrooms को हमने उनके users के utility के हिसाब से design किया. One was the master bedroom, which was for the couple itself. So the bedroom is very luxurious, has a lot of unique bed designs, unique sofas, premium claddings, and a very, very soothing effect at the same time. The second bedroom was for a guest bedroom. So the guest bedroom was more of a grey tones. And one unique feature the room had was, since it was a little smaller room, we did not have a wall between the bedroom and the bathroom. Instead, we had put a glass partition. So this gives you a very elongated view of the whole space. When you're in the room, you can see the beautiful bathroom that is cladded in a beautiful marble, has a jacuzzi and all other features. Also looks very elongated. The third bedroom that was designed was for the mother. So as it was for an elderly, in the room, we made sure the room has sufficient circulation space. Apart from that, the room was designed in a very vintage theme. It had a teak wood bed, carvings, and sagwan doors, sagwan wardrobes, giving that vintage charm and comfort to the elderly people. When we started with the mandir design, the core idea was it should be designed for spirituality, for purity. And that's how the concept came in. We designed the entire mandir in white marble, where it looks surreal, gives you peace, and it's a place where you can actually pray and meditate.
बिल्डर्स को मुझे क्रेडिट देना पड़ेगा. उनके पास एक पर्टिकुलर विजन होता है. जैसे अगर अपन इन्फिनिटी को देखते हैं, इट हैज़ वेरी ह्यूज बैल्कनीज. इसका क्रेडिट मुझे पूरा कुकरेजा बिल्डर्स को देना पड़ेगा. एंड हैविंग दिस फ्लैट ऑन 22nd फ्लोर, जहाँ से पूरे नागपुर का व्यू आपको वहाँ से आता है.
The color palette of the entire house is very unique. Unique in the sense that it has a very striking blue, very deep blue entrance foyer, deep blue dens, some greens in the dining area, and rest of the entire space into very minimal and neutral tones. It sounds weird. सुनने में लगता होगा कि green भी डाल दिया, blue भी डाल दिया, beige भी डाल दिया. But once you see the visuals, you will realize कि कोई color बुरा नहीं होता है. उन्हें सही तरीके से use करना होता है. Handover is the day where everything is on our head. But I think that's the D-Day, where it's not a day, it's actually throughout the night and you go back home at 6. This is what happened with us on this site. But I'm very happy to have that night because us din, it was not just us working in and out, but it was our clients as well. I mean, seeing them putting up furniture, carpets with their own hands, not because they don't have servants to do it, but because they're as excited as us. Putting every frame into the right place, putting every vase at the right direction, putting the bed sheets correct. I think that is what handovers are about. And having your client along with you during this time is where you really bond with them, and it gives you a feeling of satisfaction, happiness, and seeing them smile is what tells you, okay, so that is what they wanted, and they are pretty happy with the outcome.
आई वुड लाइक टू थैंक ऑल द टीम मेंबर्स जिनके बिना ये डिज़ाइन पॉसिबल नहीं होता था. फॉर कारपेंट्री, पप्पू जांगेट. फॉर टाइल एंड फ्लोरिंग, लेखराज. फॉर ग्लास वर्क, कोसार. फॉर पेंटिंग, गुप्ता जी. एंड द मोस्ट डियर वंस फ्रॉम द नेस्ट, राधिका, कल्याणी एंड डिम्पल. Yes, thank you.
For this project, we not only traveled all over India, but even abroad. Turkey, Italy, China, Baduy, Delhi, Bombay, Hyderabad, you name it, and we have been there. So I think Shahrukh Khan ने सही कहा है, किसी चीज को दिल से चाहो तो पूरी कायनात उसे तुमसे मिलाने की कोशिश करती है. And I think यहाँ कोशिश नहीं हुई है, कायनात ने हमें मिला दिया है. The design dialogue of the day is, your project is your whole world. You give your all and you take whatever comes your way. And that's how you reach your destination. You give the best you have in you and you take up all the challenges and come out with the flying colors. Hi, I'm architect Nikita Tahilyani from Nest Architects, and this is my design story.
Hi, this is architect Vikram Singhania from Nest Architects, and this is my design story.